The Astrology 2025 fortune, all 12 signs is here, Shameless Squad. So if you want to know, is 2025 going to drastically change my life? Am I going to manifest love, friendship, sex, money, financial, career, dream life, all the above? Don't worry, boo, I got you. I am going to be sharing the Astro Tea with you on my Shameless channel, boo, with the Astrology fortune ahead. So I just want to give you an update, Shameless Squad. I'm going to be going into a deeper dive with all 12 signs in a separate video, but you will need to know your rising sign later as we get into the forecast here, as well as we're going to go through numerology and the year of spiritual animal totem and what it represents too, boo. So for those of you that are new, what's up, Shameless Squad? I am Shamelessly Sexy Jackie here. I am a certified sex therapist turned sexual confidence coach and spiritual entrepreneur psychic, and I make videos on self-care, mental health, astrology, and I do tarot and more. So thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. Make sure to hit subscribe and never miss out on any astrology videos or even my sex tarot reads or self-care or empowerment tips for you. I will also be doing some videos later in 2025 to be able to have some astrosexuality. We're going to spill some tea, y'all, shamelessly, about what to know in regards to some sizzling dates moving forward here. So if you want to book a private reading with me at all or anything like that, all the info is in the description box below. But let's talk about this. So this year is big, and it's not just because Venus retrograde is coming in hot or anything like that, but we are in the year of the snake. So snakes spiritually represent death and rebirth and transformation, kind of like Scorpio energy or Plutonian energy, but it's shedding of the skin. In 2025, we're in the year of the wood snake. So snakes are also about strategy and thinking things through and letting things go in order to be open for the new and the new growth. And so really this is a year to also tap it within and trust your intuition internally too, because we have a lot of planets in Pisces throughout this year that will station there for a long time and all the things. But this is the year that is going to ask you to be patient and also plan your moves very carefully like a snake would, but trust your instincts like you never have before. So now's not the time to gaslight your intuition because we are also in the year of the 9, and 9s in numerology represent closing up cycles, and there's endings and transformations and aligning to your soul's true purpose here. So this is something for all of you out there to just really know. Don't gaslight your intuition and trust yourself in order to break that bad habit, that bad cycle, let go of that thing. And there is going to be a lot of death, rebirth, and endings. If you've been watching me for a while, I've been talking about that since July with my, August with my 8/8 portal, and it's come up and the reads throughout this past year of 2024. So let's talk about this. You really, all of us collectively are being called to truly be the main character of our life, and it's about a fresh start. So if you are clinging to old habits, bad relationships, people that are no longer in alignment with you and they don't share the same spiritual values or mindsets, it's time to let it go. Like Frozen, let it go, let it go. And if you personally are in the year of the number 9 for you, whenever your birthday is, numerologically, you're going to feel these energies more. And depending on when your birthday lands, in order for you to then start that new 0 with your new year, aka your birthday here, everything like that, you are going to completely shift and feel some of these energies sooner rather than later. So just be mindful of that. So we'll go through some planetary themes for 2025 coming in here. I'm turning off my little heater. I am recording this during the fall, y'all, because it's cool in my office here and all the things. But let's start with Venus retrograde. So this is going to be in Aries, and this is early on this year, around March 1st to April 12th here. Venus in Aries is about being bold, taking action, and moving forward with fearless love. However, retrogrades are typically a time to really go within internally. So then that way, once the retrogrades are done, we know how to manifest our realities externally and take some bold steps and actions moving forward. So during these, 3, 4, 5 weeks or so, March 1st to April 12th, it's really about going within and asking yourself, what is no longer serving my passion here? And say, bye-bye, let it go. And Venus is the planet of love. It's the planet of money. It's the planet of self-worth, self-esteem, values here. So you will really be thinking about these areas of your life, especially relationships, and you will be shedding, like the snake, inauthentic relationships in your life. So a lot of you might be closing up major cycles, letting go of people, breaking up, a divorce energy, cutting people off, distancing yourself, just no longer connecting to certain people here, or like letting go of different types of ways that you make money or careers of that sort too. So if you've been like in a situationship in love or career or money, this will be the year that a lot of you will be breaking this habit or breaking this relationship or breaking this contract or breaking this money connection, career, whatever, and step into something real. And by you releasing and surrendering and letting go, Spirit, Universe, Source is going to be able to have you be more heart open to attract something real here. So I think this is a very beautiful energy because it happens, right around Aries season too, in the midst of this. So this is very beautiful. And Venus is in Aries is also about getting real with your personal desires here. It's spicy energy where if your love life has kind of been or neutral or boring, it's time for you to like go within, recalibrate, and then really think about who am I attracted to physically, sexually, emotionally, psychologically, mentally, intellectually. It's like filling up your attraction cups here and making sure that you have that, like not only with one person, if you are married with a spouse, or if you have a partner, or even partners, but people in life. And also, how can you fill up those cups for yourself here? So how do you also show up in relationships too? So get ready to flip the script shamelessly and really step into battle for fighting for what you want with love, fighting for what you want in career. And a lot of you are going to cut things off where it's like, I don't want to do this. I want to do this in my job, in this career. I want to let go of these tasks and I want to move forward here. And a lot of you that do that will get rewarded. So congratulations in advance. You'll have to let me know what you are letting go of. We have Saturn and Pisces all year. So buckle up for this because this is kind of harsh energy. We have Daddy Saturn who loves to be the planet of karma, rules, responsibilities, determination, dedication, everything like that. My Capricorns know. Cap rising over here, yo. And Daddy Saturn doms my chart. And it's in Pisces. And Pisces loves to be the escape artist, really the spiritual, the mystic, very creative, likes to escape certain situations if they don't actually like to be there, and the dreamer and kind of delulu. I've got a Pisces moon, y'all. So if you know. But this is going to be Saturn really wanting you to ground your dreams into reality here. And Pisces spiritual energy is going to be mixed with Saturn's discipline, which means deep inner work. So this is like a deep dive of your psyche to really approach any types of subconscious beliefs, psychological programming, mindset work, mental health, and even fears and shadow work throughout this year. So this year is truly the year in 2025 to maybe think through working with a mentor, working with a coach, working with a guide, working with a therapist, working with someone for that accountability that you trust and that you like, and really digging into what is making you happy and your soul shine here shamelessly, right? So this is like very dreamy energy. So it's the balance of like grounding down your dreams into earth here with Saturn and Pisces, because Saturn is like the drill sergeant. It's like, hurry up and let's move this and let's be very strict, right? And Pisces is like, let me play around a little bit. So it's also helping you get very serious about your spiritual goals too. So if you've been ignoring your inner voice, your values, what feels right to you, this is Saturn saying like, hey, wake up, boo, like listen up and really trust yourself and inner compass here and guidance. So Saturn and Pisces likes to put in the work and your dreams will be unstoppable. So keeping things consistent for accountability will be really good for you and the collective during this time. So really come up with a plan, come up with a schedule, come up with a strategy overall to really utilize these energies and allow yourself to balance things out. We've had Jupiter in Gemini since this previous year in 2024, and it's going to be in Gemini until June. So this is where it's detriment. Jupiter doesn't like being in Gemini, so detriment means it's like the hardest placement here. So some tips with this, like having more isn't always better because we have Gemini, which is the twins. And a lot of times in relationships, people are like, well, okay, you're dating this person and that person and this person, but like I thought we had a connection. And you might be like, well, yeah, we do. And I also like this person and that person. Some people are like, no, like that's not for me. And for other people, that's like, that is for me, right? And so it's really important to really be mindful of having too many options of things, which wherever this is like transiting in your current 12th house tropical astrology like chart here, not your natal chart, which is important to always master these life lessons. If you've never gotten a birth chart reading done, I highly recommend. And for predictive astrology, wherever this is landing in your 12 houses, that's really like signaling to you being mindful of like less is more at the end of the day. And too many options might have you stretching yourself too thin, or maybe even putting yourself in analysis paralysis, because Gemini also rules the mind here and intellect, and they love to learn. So definitely be mindful of that, as well as like embrace a starting mindset with things of like, I don't understand, I don't know this, blah, 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 and be open to learning, because Gemini is the student. I've seen this so much so far this year with different people lacking curiosity and personal growth, love, relationships, sex, money, finances, career, spirituality, and they just like are just so closed off, and they think they know it all kind of energies. And so there's been some toxicity with that, and depending on where that's showing up in their birth chart, no, I haven't looked at their birth chart or anything like that, but there's this collective energy of then frustration and people not actually being open to learning something new here. So you don't know it all despite your age out there, for whoever needs to hear that. And I don't know if y'all have been feeling those energies this year too. If you have, comment below, let me know. But this can also be a lot of people really exploring new passions, new hobbies, new projects, new things. And this could also feel like, why can't I actually get this one thing done that I want to get done? Or I feel like I'm bad at this because I just started this, right? Like an example is like, I've been snowboarding twice in my life, y'all, and my partner, he has been doing it since, I don't know, I think maybe since he was like a teenager in middle school. Irregardless, he makes it look so easy going down the hills, and so do the kids and everyone else on TV. And I'm just like, oh my God, why do I suck at this? And it's like, well, girl, Jackie, check yourself before you wreck yourself. You've gone twice, bitch, okay? You have had one lesson with your partner for like 2 hours, and then you had a second lesson, and you went down the hill, and then you fell flat on your face, and you hurt your toe, and you were like, I want to be done here, right? So you're not just going to get it overnight here. So be kind to yourself. Practice that self-compassion here overall. Give yourself patience with any types of starter mindsets here. And with Gemini and Jupiter, like we really need to be listening more than we speak here. A lot of people, they think because they talk more, they know more. And a lot of people are uncomfortable with silence because then they might also have insecurities with that. And so this is something where Gemini really stimulates the mind, and it's also important to be able to remain calm in moments where other people are around us too, to really listen to some different things here. So it's the energy of like, you have 2 ears for a reason and 1 mouth for a reason, like sometimes, okay? So some people, you could be feeling frustrated if people are interrupting you, or noticing, wow, I'm interrupting more people here if this Jupiter and Gemini is in my career sector and I'm noticing this more. Or maybe that's in like a friend's chart who's a coworker, right? And you see that, just as an example. But now during this time over this next year, it's really time to speak your truth. Use these energies wisely. Y'all, I've been saying, if you want to start a YouTube channel, freaking do it. Or people really right now, we're in the age of Aquarius, want to hear your true, vulnerable, shameless, authentic stories and self. So this is a great time to expand your network and make big moves in your career, even love, and launch a new project and level up. Like Jupiter has your back here. Communication is really everything, and intellect, being very mindful with what you say, how you say it, how much you speak versus how much you listen, and be very aware of your surroundings during this time. So again, this is something to pay attention to. Let's talk about Mars later on this year in Leo. This is exciting energy. And so for my Leo babies out there, this will affect you, as well as if you have this specific Mars in Leo. You are going to be feeling very confident, very sexy, very also maybe dramatic in your desires, because Leo Mars does have the tendency of being the drama king and queen. I love y'all, and just pay attention to that during this time. But this is also a period that I think is so beautiful, where we can hone in and really use this Leo energy for our sexual energy, for our sexy self-care. Leo encourages us to be confident and to move forward and to take that action here, and also like attracting like who you want naturally and doing it with flair and a vibe. So I love this. Uranus is in Taurus, and this is something where there could be a lot of surprises with finances, money. There could also be some personal values that kind of shift, as well as like unexpected, upheavals in regards of money. So it's really important to make sure that you balance these energies and stay open to flexibility, because we have Uranus, which is rebellion, F the rules, and we have Taurus that's like, I need to be financially secure here and have this plan overall, and it's fixed sign energy. Taurus is a stubborn sign, as well as Aquarius, which is ruled by Uranus, is a double whammy of that. So it's really important to be mindful to maybe set a financial budget and goal and have something saved for a rainy day, and also maybe create a budget where you can have fun and you can play and still enjoy these life's pleasures here. So flexibility is going to be your bestie. We have Neptune in Pisces all year. So Neptune is all about fantasy, illusion, escaping. It's dreamy. It's fun energy. And Pisces is the escape artist, and they're also very empathic and, may want to leave certain situations and also be very dreamy and mystical overall. Pay attention to your dreams this next year. You will more than likely have a lot of clairvoyant psychic hits, downloads, images, messages, symbols, animals, signs, numbers, colors, just everything, y'all. So just be very mindful to set and prioritize sleep, and your boundaries here are going to be key, because you may also be expanding some sort of spiritual practice for a lot of you. You may also just be getting a lot of intuitive hits during this time, as well as blessings with this. So it's really about like creativity and honing in on your intuition and trusting this and applying it, to your day-to-day life and situation, this dreamy kind of fun energy. You may also feel kind of confused during this time as well. So getting in the habit of dream journaling every single day and morning, and like trying to intuit and interpret your dreams, could be a really great spiritual practice for a lot of you out there. Just watch out for any deception or people being like too idealistic. So deception, people using you and abusing you, being manipulative with their energies. That is a shadow of Pisces, being emotionally manipulative and like over exaggerating shit. And you're just like, oh my gosh, no, that actually didn't happen, Pisces. Okay. And other people being idealistic to the point of like, oh my gosh, this is going to happen and I'm just going to dream and this is just going to come to me magically. And like, you don't do anything to manifest that shit, right? It's like, let's manifest that shit. And then like people don't actually take steps to move forward. I think it was Mel Robbins who said it, like, manifestation is crap if you don't actually have a plan to move forward with goals. Same thing if you just call goal setting and then you don't actually have a plan here. So pay attention to that with yourself and other people in these energies too. We have Pluto in Aquarius. So my Capricorn babies out there, Cap rising, got a lot of you in my chart, boo. It moved out of our sign in, oh my goodness, November here. So Capricorn party, confetti, let's throw it all up. I'm recording this prior to that, and let's still have a party now. Let's pre-celebrate that shit. But Pluto is moving into Aquarius overall, and this is really big, transformative energy in the collective. And Aquarius likes to break down, societal structures and things, and Pluto is death and rebirth and transformation. It's going to be in Aquarius for 2044. So this is like, make room for innovation, futuristic thinking, and freedom. So it's like, if you have a goal or a desire to really do something that's forward thinking, do it now. I'm not even kidding you. Do it now. The cosmos will support you with this, and the universe is going to support you with this as long as you are in alignment with this, and as long as it is something where you can really help yourself or other people with that, because we also have Aquarius being the humanitarian of the collective here and giving back to others. We're also, and I've been saying this for a while, we're also going to see more people being more vulnerable, more honest, more real, and people are going to be coming out sexually. People are going to be coming out as queer, kinky, poly, a different type of, gender, things of that sort. And this is something where a lot of people are going to potentially be shocked, as well as like not as shocked. Like, this probably is something where it needed to happen for quite some time, because we are moving into the age of Aquarius and we have been in it. So this is some things to really think about here. There's a lot of futuristic things moving forward with this, a lot of different changes with AI and such too. Let's talk about some eclipse dates for this next year. So for those of you that don't know, eclipses can be very significant throughout the astrological year. And let's talk about solar specifically. Solar eclipses symbolize symbolize fate, destiny, new beginnings, endings, and opportunities for growth. It's very, very positive. Think of solar, the sun, happy, joy, fun, positive times, energy, exciting things that just happen out of the blue. And this is also a great time for birthing something new, fertility, key events, or pregnancy of manifestations like coming to light here, okay? Lunar, however, I do not recommend manifesting something new, and I just don't manifest brand new things on eclipses. That's just me personally. You do you at the end of the day, but especially not on a lunar eclipse, because this is a time of inner transformation, renewal, which can only bring clarity, which does trigger maybe kind of some harsh energies of endings and breakthroughs here at the same time. So there could be a life-changing event that really seeks to revolutionize us and shake us up for a reason here to usher in a brand new change here. And this is really more so related to subconscious patterns and psyche and programming and fears with the lunar aspect of La Luna, the moon. So think about it that way. So we have March 13th, 14th, the lunar eclipse in Virgo. We have March 29th, the solar eclipse in Aries. September 7th, the lunar eclipse in Pisces. And then September 21st, the solar eclipse in Virgo here. So we have, okay, let me double check that because I think I wrote that right. I believe that is correct. If I goof that up at all, that is what my guides that I'm using astrologically says. So if I goofed it up, I will clarify that in the comments below. That seems like it is correct based off of the research and everything that I've done with looking at the charts here. Let's talk about some self-care tips during 2025 though. So like Venus retrograde, this is a time to more so go within and practice self-love and pleasure. Spend time alone, write out the goals, the values, how you want to work on your self-esteem, how you want to work on your confidence, and Venus, like that can also be love with self and others or sex as well. That is an astro sexy placement here. So really a time for self-reflection, sexual self-care, maybe even like doing some nice little pampering for oneself, at home spa days or going to a spa, just like slowing down, but also getting in touch with yourself. This could be a really good time to get in touch with your body, your turn-ons, different things of that sexually, and really discover also what you want with sex, intimacy, pleasure, and your relationships with other people. For Saturn and Pisces, this is going to be really important for you to like ground down your energy, really meditate, be very mindful, be very conscious of any choices and decisions you are making and actions and behaviors you are taking to move forward with things right now. Also be compassionate towards yourself. So practicing self-compassion and using creative outlets that connect to your soul here, maybe painting, writing, vlogging, making jewelry, doing yoga, doing things that just help you to unplug here. With Jupiter in Gemini, this has been, in Gemini for a while. It'll still be here since till next June. So really journal or blog or even start that podcast or YouTube channel. This is your sign, y'all. Because 2025 will legit, like imagine you start it now as I'm recording this in the fall, and imagine where you could be in the next 6 months or 7 months if you just started now and you allowed yourself to speak and start that channel here. So really work around people that inspire you, connect with communities that you love to be with, and people that you just like really vibe with during this time and make you feel good and you have those same spiritual like values and they want to grow and expand, because Jupiter is about growing and expanding. And so if there's people that you feel like are really stuck in certain types of patterns or habits or ways and you're like, I can't talk to you about this, it's better to save that energy for yourself and the people that truly do care about you. So go where you're celebrated, not where you're tolerated, with all aspects of your life here. With Mars and Leo, like really channel your confidence. Like maybe this is a time to be able to do affirmations, body positivity in front of the mirror, or neutrality, owning one's body. This might be a time for you to also indulge in activities that just make you feel radiant. Maybe dressing up, wearing that sexy outfit. For me, like this would be a great time to go get my hair done, because that's like my favorite type of sexy self-care, like getting my hair done, having someone pamper me, and just a little bit of glow up energy, or just even dancing or working it out, or even creative, because Leo's is also a creative sign here. So balance your high energy and also practice mindfulness or even yoga to avoid any burnout with this energy too. Be careful of any feistiness during this time, like channel any, because Leo's a fire sign, they can be feisty sometimes and they can be sassy. So if you are noticing you or other people, or you have this placement or Leo placements just in general, really channel that into healthy outlets in regards of aggression or maybe even anger too. With Uranus and Taurus, definitely embrace flexibility, ground yourself by spending time in nature or walking or doing gardening or even cooking here. And with Uranus, with like surprises and blessings or miracles or gifts or just like kind of fun things where you're like, oh my God, this is shocking, great news. For some of you, it could be really great to do use different herbs with cooking. Specifically, excuse me, I have like the hiccups over here. Hiccup burps. Y'all forget those. I'm like, oh my gosh, what is it? A hiccup, a birth, a both, both. Anyway, maybe some of you are giving birth because I'm like talking about birth, and maybe you're cooking now while watching this. But anyway, you could cook with different types of like prosperous herbs and stuff, or surprises to kind of call that in, or different types of ingredients for food specifically, to be intentional with that. But stay open to a lot of changes in financial prosperity and personal stability, and really prioritize like adaptable routines with this. With Neptune and Pisces, really nourish your spirit. So again, dream journaling is a big one. Meditating and creative outlets like painting or writing could really help with this. I also recommend like be very stern and firm on setting and holding your boundaries when it comes to sleep, and maybe even talk to people about this within the next year, because it's easy to get lost in confusion and emotional fog and then avoid certain things and be like, I'm gonna have fuck it moments and self-sabotage and escape through dopamine hits, Amazon Prime, shopping, drugs, alcohol, sex, and just overuse things. So pay attention to that during this time. Don't escape or anything like that. Have a lot of good coping mechanisms and strategies for yourself here. And really also avoid over idealizing people or situations like, oh my gosh, that was so amazing, or like they're the best, and putting people on a pedestal here overall. So be very mindful of that. Specifically with Pluto and Aquarius, really stay connected to people, and you might also be killing off and cutting off previous relationships or friendships or family members, or keeping them at a distance. With Pluto, death, right? And in Aquarius, this is you needing to be connected to people that are in alignment with you, that have the same values as you, that care for the same causes, and work that really resonates with you, while maintaining this balance of I need my independence as well. So really take time to reflect on your personal transformation and embrace changes, and let go of outdated beliefs that just no longer serve you. Like burning bowl rituals can be really, really good for this throughout this next year, like, and shedding and releasing those outdated beliefs. And also this could be helpful too with Pluto and Aquarius, with Aquarius feeling like the alien of the 12 signs and the zodiac collective, and like they don't feel like they belong here, right? With Pluto, you might be transforming and literally killing off an old version of yourself and stepping into something new. So it's just like a double confirmation for me personally when I read this energy. Like, work with a mentor, work with a therapist, work with a coach, work with supportive community, maybe do different types of things where people can also hold you accountable to some of these outdated beliefs, and releasing and letting go. Healthy ones, shameless ones, not shameful ones, okay? Now, let's go through the zodiac breakdown, y'all, when it comes to this. And one other thing before we jump into that, with Venus retrograde, be careful. People love bombing you, exes coming back, ex-friends coming back, people saying, even putting you up on a pedestal early on this March and saying, oh my gosh, I love you, oh my gosh, what you're doing is so amazing, oh my gosh, you're so incredible, and you're like, thanks, and like you cut me off like 3 years ago, so why are you reaching out to me? Like, you don't have to respond to people that may do that, or even exes or whatever. So just really be discerning of the relationships, and always prioritize the most important one, which is number one, the one with you, because that lasts your whole life, boo. Now let's go back to the zodiac breakdown. So you will need to know your rising sign for this, aka your ascendant here, and what to expect based on this. If you would like to watch your sun and your moon, those can be helpful too here to get a full picture. But let's talk about you. Aries risings, you are really going to reinvent yourself this year, and I love it. So this year is all about personal empowerment. Venus retrograde in your sign specifically means you are going to naturally be rethinking about relationships in your life, and probably making some hot steamy changes here. Now's the time for you to level up and let go kind of energy. And with career, it's also you are bossing up and changing your life, and a lot of you might be stepping into a promotion, a boss, or leadership role here. Taurus risings, you got money, honey. With Uranus in your sign, you have a lot of blessed financial surprises that are coming, but don't worry, they're going to really push you forward towards more security, more success. And in love, like, there could be some spicy themes that just happen around the home space when Mars hits Leo. So pay attention to that. Who's in your home, your space, your place, everything like that. For Gemini risings, your 2025 short forecast fortune is a communication glow up with Jupiter in your sign. This is also about self-expression and making this year to be the year that you really say what you mean and mean what you say kind of energy. And your relationships really deepen because of this with that, and with yourself during Venus retrograde, your relationships with yourself deepen more and more and more because you're realizing, wow, I really value myself. I really value how much I've actually been very honest and real and telling people how I feel or the things I think and just putting it out there and not worrying about certain types of partners or people or things of that sort. So just keep lines of communication open with all people out there. For my Cancer risings, if you're feeling stuck in career, this is the year to expect a major breakthrough. So Saturn is really asking you to think about your long-term goals and get serious with your values and what spiritually feels aligned with you. Love-wise, it is about stability. So set those boundaries and create lasting intimacy because this year it is coming in for you, boo. Leo risings, this is your year to shine. When Mars goes through your sign specifically, you're going to get a boost of confidence here, and it's going to be through the roof. And you're going to be attracting the right people to be around you energetically, and that's in work, and that's in love, and that's in spirituality, that's career, that's in family, just everything. You are going to have like your crew this year. So now is your season and time to roar. Virgo risings, for you, it's really time to release what's not working for you in true love and self-care, and also really think about what is true love for me personally. How can I be mindful of how to love myself more, and what do I need to be more self-compassionate, be more nurturing? Venus retrograde really asks you to reevaluate your love values, specifically anything that's missing, and really reassess this. So for all of you watching this, like the relationship inventory could be really good for you to go through on my store tab here, boo. And Jupiter later is really going to hit you in your career with some magic. So this might be a dream job kind of energy, but it's on the horizon, it's coming in. And a lot of you will be changing or leveling up or getting more money in career too. So very beautiful, boo. For my Libra risings, relationships are your jam, Libra. And this year you are going to be going through a major glow up, and I love it. So Venus is going to help you rethink what you need in love and partnerships during that retrograde, as well as like money and values. So with Venus being your sign, you are also going to really think about a partner or partners or spouse in the future. You know, what does their money situation look like? What is their money values? What is their career finances? But what about love, and how do they show love to other people? You are also going to be thinking about, you know, how does this person give and receive pleasure, want pleasure and joy and happiness, and how does that fit into me or my life with all different types of relationships here. In career, you are definitely going to take some big and bold steps moving forward with some major changes here and really putting yourself out there more. So I love this energy for you. For Scorpio risings, with Mars in your sign later this year, you are also going to expect a big, deep transformation. This is the year to really get real about what you desire sexually and emotionally. And anybody else who has like Scorpio placements here that are very strong or significant, or you just have a lot of Scorpio in your chart, you're going to feel this energy too. So really make sure that you are challenging yourself to be vulnerable, and a lot of you might come out this year as kinky, queer, another gender, like a different gender, right? Like something specific, or in a poly relationship, or just kind of playing with things more. So it's really important for you to understand emotionally what you want, sexually what you want, relationally what you want, and what you desire and what you require, because those are two different things here. Money-wise, Saturn is going to help you restructure and create long-term stability. So I love this for you, Scorpio boo. Sagittarius rising. So expansion is really your theme this year, and I think you're going to love it. So thanks to Jupiter, you know, who you are ruled by, the planet of abundance, expansion, and growth, you are really going to be ready for new adventures in love and career. And for a lot of you out there, you might meet the love of your life through career, meaning like a coworker introduces you to someone, you get set up, maybe you date somebody internally in a company, or maybe you move somewhere completely and you travel and then you meet somebody because you had to go work in that city, town, state, country, wherever, and that's when like it happens. It's kind of like cute love story energy is when I read the charts, is what it's giving me, and I think it's beautiful. So a lot of you might also travel a lot here, and it may not feel like it's going to be expected. So it's like expect the unexpected energy when it comes to traveling for career or for love and all the above. Venus retrograde will also have you thinking about like long distance connections. And for some of you, you may be thinking about that in partnerships or relationships, or even like, do I move here for a person overall? And some of you might be like, do I close the gap with this? And a lot of you too, this could be family, of like, do I move closer to family because I love them, and everything like that as well. For Capricorn risings, I am one of you. So 2025 Cappies, we are the CEOs of our life energy, right? So career will take center stage. We love that, right? Especially with Jupiter coming in for us in our work sector overall. So money is going to be flowing. We are ready for this, babies. Just be mindful of Venus retrograde in Aries. It could bring up some sort of like issue to resolve relationally, be it something from the past, a family member, a friend, a loved one, an ex, something maybe with child custody, divorce, or things just concerning your family or even family members as well. So just really pay attention to that here. My Aquarius risings, Saturn is really pushing you to create a lot of financial security during this time here. So money's coming, but you're gonna have to work for it. Saturn is like, you have to be very consistent and responsible here in order to receive. And in order to receive the big blessings of Saturn here, it's like you have to legit climb the mountain and be able to get that $5 million prize here, right? So when it comes to love for you this year, it's unconventional as always. And with Venus retrograde, there's going to be some unexpected surprises in your relationship specifically. So pay attention to this. This is like exes coming back, or like sexuality, love, pleasure, sexual self-care, like favors happening for you. You might be like, ooh. And it could really stem from, for those of you that have a partner, spouse, or partners, from some different types of loving connections and communities, and maybe even conversations that you had from people in the past, and they're like, oh my God, well, I remember Aquarius talked about this, and now like we need to discuss this a little bit more overall. So you got some surprises coming for you in all relationships, boo. Pisces risings. My spiritual Pisces boobies out there, this is your time to shine this year, meaning you get to shine and also stay in that light here. Saturn is making you take life very seriously. So get ready to take the steps moving forward with this, and really be diligent in your goals. Be diligent in your goals in money. Be diligent in your goals in love. Be diligent in your goals in spirituality. Just anything new that you are wanting to do, be diligent and really take it seriously here. Get ready for lots of love transformations during Venus retrograde, and careful of like anyone from the past coming back, but there could be someone where they come back around and you're like, is this my actual true match here? And for some of you it will be, for others it won't be. And for others of you, you might meet somebody during Venus retrograde, and then those energies might play out in the future where you meet them again, where it maybe isn't a retrograde, or maybe it is, I don't know, whatever. Everyone's on different timelines here, right? This is just how I'm reading it. That could come up for you. So I think it's really fun energy for you, Pisces. So this is your sneak peek for 2025. Definitely comment below your rising sign. Let me know how you're feeling about these energies and what you're most excited for 2025. And the year ahead. If anything resonated with you, or if you have an idea of how you want to move forward in this, let me know. I'm very curious. I'm excited. What are y'all gonna do? Definitely hit that like button too, or drop me a heart. It's completely free to you. And I'm so grateful that you support me in these videos, and it just tells me that I can keep doing more. I will be doing a deeper dive into all 12 signs here soon in another video for the year ahead, as well as astro sex, love, pleasure, and intimacy videos too in the future. For those of you that want to know more about that, then definitely hit that subscribe button. Thank you all, Shameless Squad, so much for being here and supporting me. And as always, stay tuned for more and stay shameless.